Good afternoon. We are going to talk about the vehicle delivery log procedure and board procedure that'll be done on a daily basis by the sales secretary. So let's do a step-by-step instruction on how we do that. So the first thing we have is the deal that comes up every day. These are deliveries from the day before. And on the back, as you can see, you have all the profits from that deal. So we're going to transcribe this data onto the delivery log. So once we have the folder, we will open up the vehicle delivery log, which you'll have on your computer, and it looks like this. From here, you'll go down to the delivery date, which today is the 15th of June. And you will begin inputting the data. So first column is the date. Second column is the customer's name. Third column is the deal number, which you'll see here. Next column is the stock number, which you'll see here. I'm sorry, here. Next column is what type of car it is. This car is a 2012 Nissan Maxima, used car. So we'll just call that a 12 Maxima. Next column is whether the car is new or used. Obviously, this is a used car. You would know the new cars by the stock numbers. All begin with 150, and the used car stock numbers are all beginning with a V3 at this point. The last 8 of the VIN, here's the VIN number right here. So in this case, we're talking CC 830138. Next column is the salesperson. Here we see his name here is Lewis. F&I is always Kara. It's the only F&I guy at Volkswagen at the time. Next column is the bank. Here we see it here, Santander. So you'll see that the sheet pre-fills. The next column is we want to know, and if you need to double check, you can go to the top of the columns and all the headings are here to tell you what is the heading of that column if you forget. So let's continue here. This is a finance, so that would be an F. So if this is a cash deal, a finance, or a lease, it's really what we want to know. Cash, finance, or lease. So this is a finance. The next column would be if there's a trade. This particular one, there is not a trade. If there was a trade, it would be listed in this area. This car does not have a trade in. So now we get into the numbers. So let me move this over a little bit so you can see what we're going to be filling in. First one here is the front. So now we turn it over and we go to the front end profit, which begins here. Okay, this from here down is really what you're going to be concerned with. So we see on this particular deal, the front end profit is a minus. If you notice the brackets, that's a minus. So that means minus $260.58. We're going to go to the next column. So you see that's reflected in red and in brackets. Anytime you see brackets or here, that means it's minus. So this car actually lost $260 on the front end. The next column is holdback, which on a new car, you would see the holdback here. But on this car, because it's a used car, you don't have it. So that would be a 0 in this case. You go to the next column. Next column is pack. So used cars have pack. New cars have pack and holdback. Next column is after sale. after sale is reflected here. So we see that he had a $200 sale with a $200 cost. There's a 0 profit. Next column is, and if you notice, it's adding up. The spreadsheet is automatically adding all these profits together. So it's already taken the 8 plus the minus 260, and it already knows that right now the car is making $539. So the next one would be the vehicle service agreement, also known as the VSA. So that's the vehicle service agreement, which is listed here, also known as an extended warranty. So in this particular case, he sold it for $2,000 at a $648 cost. Profit is $1,352, so that goes there. And the last column is the finance reserves, which is here, listed on the finance reserves, and that is $545.45. And that should be it. So if you notice, the program now added all the profits and added them all up for you. Also calculated the running total. Let's go a little bit more and see what else we have here. And it also calculated our per vehicle average. Now we go over here, go back to the front. We try to see the source. And this one happens to be a WI, which we call a walk-in. Is that listed anywhere, Steve? Do I see this?
No, it's usually written right there. If they leave it blank on a green one, it's a walk-in.
Okay, so it's usually listed here, but in this one it's blank, so that would be a WI for a walk-in. Next column is whether it was a spot or not. So here we show spot. So that's a yes. Next column is service. If this was a service customer, I presume no, because there's no markings on the front of the folder. And the last column is email. So that's whether or not we got the customer's email, which I see we did. Here it is. So that's a yes. And that is it. That's what it takes to log one deal into the delivery log.
Hit save.
And of course we hit save up here. And now it's saved. That's it. Thank you.